everyone, it's Sarah from Nova Scotia. Welcome back to Colorful Creations. I'm gonna pour on a vase today and I'm gonna cover this. I wasn't happy with this. It was like a experiment that went not so well. So I'm gonna pour on this vase. Just got paint on it somehow. There's no real prep to it. I just wash it and make sure it's dry and make sure the sticker's off the bottom. I get these from Dollarama for like a couple bucks, which is awesome, but there's a sticker stuck on the bottom and you just gotta get that off. So you need to elevate it off of whatever surface you're pouring on. completely different. It'll just keep running and running. So I'm gonna let this sit for like 15 minutes probably until it stops really running off the bottom, and I'll move it out of the way and do something with the panel. All right, so this has slowed down a bit. Now it's hard to really tell what it's gonna look like. Right now, I am wishing a little more of the darker purple was showing up. But it completely changes. Like sometimes whatever color hit the glass first will stick there, and it's actually underneath, and then the ones that are showing right now keep running off, it seems, and then the other colors show up. So there's like, this is gonna change. I don't know what it's gonna look like. So, but right now I like it still, so I just, like I said, like I wish more of the other color would have shown, but we'll see what happens when it's dry. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. Just sit here. It'll be safe for a couple of weeks until I put the resin on. And the same thing will go for this panel. I'm just gonna put the camera down for a little bit so you can see. I'm going to move the spinner. I don't need that. Okay, I think there's a lot of black here. Looks like a lot of black. So I'm gonna use white. I'm gonna add a little bit of white just to help it flow. And I always find that the best way to do these is to just tilt it. I have tried, I tried using a hair dryer, which just muted the colors. And I spun it, which wasn't, I thought it was really cool, but it wasn't very good at all. So I have pretty good luck with just tilting. Now, I think I'll do I think that looks pretty good. Now I just take a popsicle stick and I scrape off the extra paint that's dripping. Cause you don't want that there. It'll dry into hard bumps, and also while it's drying, it'll keep pulling paint off the top, and it could end up changing your painting, you know. All right, then we'll give it a little torch. Some really interesting cells have popped up there. That turned out really pretty. Love it. So I'll have a matching vase and painting to go with it. These really interesting cells that popped up when I torched it. Really pretty. So I will be back when these are dry and with resin, and I'll show you the finished product. All right, so I want to show you these quickly dry before I put resin. So this one was a paint over and it did crack all through it. Don't know if you can see. I'm gonna bring the camera down to show you that better. But here's the vase. I'm a little disappointed that more of the fluorescent green didn't show up, and it's my fault. I really should have added some white to it. This happened to me before and I added white. It was a pink actually, and it turned out perfect, and I just didn't even think this time. So I'm gonna do try these colors again on something else, but I will add some white to it. But the phthalo green really showed up. The purples are all there. When I put some resin on this, it'll really liven it up, and I'll show you that next. I just want to show you how this crackled. All right, so we got these cracks all throughout. I'm gonna put resin on it anyway because it will fill all that in, and if you see them still, it's just gonna add some character since this whole thing's kind of a crazy mess of colors anyway. So I'm still gonna do that, and we'll see how that looks. All right, so here it is done. Look at that, it turned out so pretty. Those colors are just so nice. I'll show you this outside. It's just sparkling, I love it. It's hard to see in here, but You'll see this outside. And in the panel to go with it, I put resin on it, and those cracks all just kind of add character to it. You'll probably be able to see better outside too. All right, here it is outside. You can see a lot better. The cracks are there, but they kind of add character, like I said. You know, it happens sometimes when you do a paint over, the cracks show, and they kind of even, so it looks okay. And here we are in the sun with the vase. It's not showing as good as I was hoping it would. My camera's not really picking it up, but this really sparkled with all the metallics. I was really hoping more that green would show up, but it got washed away, and the purple did come out. I was worried there at first, but then you can see the both purple, so I'm pretty happy with that. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.